Now is it going to open up for City? Burn gets into the challenge, but it's a challenge that does him no favours because it deflects back in off Omar Marmoush, and Manchester City have already taken a 3-goal lead in the tie.
Nothing else really the goalkeeper could do. You think you've come across and made a decent challenge, but he has to make that challenge because his initial position wasn't right, and he caused himself 4 or 5 yards behind the rest of the back line.
Voltemada slides it through. Can Gordon lift the mood? There's an opening here for Willock, but Trafford reaches out, and that long arm saves Manchester City from seeing their lead reduced. Here's Anthony Gordon, and the touch is at Trafford, who again, for the second time in this match, has made himself big.
Well, they've had 2 big chances, haven't they, Newcastle? He just wanted that on his right foot, wouldn't he, Anthony Gordon? But again, brilliant from the goalkeeper.
The break from Reinders. Semenyo pulls it across, and Marmoush is there again and scores again. Well, there's been some good fortune about both of his goals, but the record will show it's a double for Omar Marmoush, and Manchester City are well on their way to a Wembley final in this competition now.
That's what I'm talking about. Botman's gone all the way with Reinders again in there, and Reinders just ran past him.
Here's Semenyo. There's a touch on that, but it's followed in by Reinders, and it's getting awkward, really awkward for Newcastle now, because Manchester City are picking them apart at will.
Yeah, it's got to stop. And listen, I said it was difficult for Eddie Howe, and as I said, at 4 the game at 2-0 and 4-0 and aggregate the game was gone. But this tactic has to change. Oh, that might be a penalty.
Well, the referee isn't giving it, so it would be on VAR's call.
Well, it's definitely inside the box. To be fair, no, maybe it's almost a slight bit of contact, but then it's the actual coming together of Semenyo's ankles himself.
Trippier's kick in towards Voltemada, but Botman behind him, forcing the save.
Well, it's a comfortable save in the end for him. He's made 2 really big ones early on.
Trippier, hands go straight up, appealing for a handball here against Nunes.
And his arm's open, I mean, it's so close to his body. I don't think you get a penalty for that.
It has been checked now, and confirming what you said, they are very close to the body. Ball's been given away, and Wissa has an early chance from the off and clips it wide of the mark.
They've had some big chances, haven't they, Newcastle? I said about getting him on in the first half because he was bound to get an opportunity running through on goal. 20 seconds into the second half, sloppy from Manchester City.
Well, this is claiming a penalty from that tangle, but it might have been 6 of one and half a dozen of the other with Max Alain, but it is being checked.
It's been confirmed now, there's no penalty. I don't think that's a penalty.
Chow. Here's Elanga, finding the gap to get through. Anthony Elanga! And finally their dry spell of scoring at the Etihad is ended by a former Manchester United player.
Oh, it was a brilliant finish, brilliant run by Elanga. I don't think the goal means so much in this game in context, but in terms of Elanga's Newcastle career, it might set it off.
Now Tonali, and this time has Barnes timed the run right, slides it across. Oh, Elanga had the opportunity for a second, and he spurns it.
He'd be delighted with Ty coming on and getting a really good goal, but imagine banging 2 in.
Tonali's kick. And Elanga's in at the back again and feeds it right across in front of the 2 posts.
And they should have scored 3, Newcastle tonight. I think that would be fair in the chances that they've had.
Haaland's made the run into the centre. Danger here for Newcastle. And still he has his problems in front of goal against them. Denied by Ramsdale. Another great driving run from him. Haaland! Forcing another save from Ramsdale.
Yeah, and this time you see Shaky just all on his left foot. Feeds it to Haaland. And he gets a shot away with his right. You don't see that too often either.
The top two teams in the Premier League will fight it out in the Carabao Cup final. Pep Guardiola set for a date with his former coach Mikel Arteta.